paper. The two former MVPs are known for being a bit ball dominant. Harden says everything will be just fine. Take a listen.
When you have talent like that, it works itself out. You know, you communicate and you go out there and you compete, and possession by possession, you figure things out. Throughout the course of the season, you figure things out, and that's just what it is, you know. But when you have talent, you have guys with IQ, you got guys that are willing to sacrifice, it always works itself out.
Well, Shannon, will it work out with these two?
Skip, I think that's a two-pronged question. I believe that it could possibly work out in the regular season because, like you said, they do have some. That's Russ is an MVP, James Harden's an MVP. So you put these two together, you might get some great things happening in the regular season. I don't believe they'll win a championship. But here's the thing, Skip. Was Chris Paul not a great player? Maybe not what he once was, but was he not high basketball IQ? What about Dwight Howard? James Harden fought to get Dwight Howard. James Harden fought to get Chris Paul. You see what's happening here, Skip? He fight to get these players until you actually have to play with these players. The thing is that when you look at James Harden and Russ, they do so much of the exact same thing. They need the ball. Now, Skip, if we had two basketballs, give me these guys right here. But unfortunately, we only have one. And I think that's going to be the problem. You see, I love what James Harden say when you get guys sacrificing. Hey, say nothing about him. We need guys because we got guys that'll sacrifice. Yeah. PJ Tucker, PJ don't care anything about scoring. Nope. He want to shoot them short corner three. He going to stand in the corner, shoot threes, and play tough, tenacious defense on the opposing team, best three, best two. That's what he does. No problem. Clint Capella, you don't even run plays for him. He either go run to the rim, get putbacks, dunk the basketball. Although Draymond Green abused him. So I get that. But at the end of the day, who's going to play off the ball? I don't know how you have 2 point guards when you only have one ball. Is Russ going to be willing to play the majority of the time off the ball, or is James Harden going to be willing to spend the majority of his time off the ball? And we saw how that worked. So I just don't see how this turns into, because you make this move, Skip, this is not about regular season. This is not about 55. This is not about 60 wins. This is about winning a title. And I do not believe the way this team is configured with those two guys, that will happen.
You make a lot of powerful points. Conventional wisdom says you're dead right, because James Harden a couple of years ago set the all-time record for usage rate in a season. Second on that list all-time for usage rate in one single season is Russell Westbrook. 2 + 2 equals disaster, right? Okay. One basketball, two high usage rates won't work. I got to tell you, the more I think about this, the more I watch what James Harden and listen to what James Harden had to say finally about it, the more I like it. Because we start with the fact these two did grow up together in this league for the first 3 years, and that's crucial to this equation. I'm not sure that James pushed for Chris Paul. He was open to it, but it sounded like it was a Daryl Morey sort of production to get Chris Paul to Houston.
Well, they wouldn't sign, they wouldn't ask James. I mean, he's their best player.
Okay. I just never got the feeling, and you could be right about this, but I never got the feeling he pushed for it, but he was receptive to it, obviously. And then they spent a whole offseason, a lot of it right up the street here at UCLA, trying to figure out how to play together. And I thought they did a pretty good job of playing together until they nearly killed each other in the end, because they got sick and tired of each other, because Chris Paul is difficult to play with, and we both concluded he is a tough teammate to play with.
Yes.
And you look at his track record, everywhere he's been a tough teammate to deal with.
Correct.
These two truly like each other. These two have a Southern California bond because they're just a year apart, and they grew up through California high school system, and they knew of each other in high school. Then they went their separate ways to UCLA and Arizona State. But they do know that back in their third year together in Oklahoma City, when it all started to come together and they wound up in the NBA Finals, James was coming off the bench and averaged 17 points a game while Russ was averaging 24 a game. They both know that they have each led this league in assists. So they're not just pure gunners,
No,
right?
right.
Don't they both know how to assist the basketball, how to deal it, how to orchestrate?
Yes.
Don't they both have a feel for that?
They do, but as they led the league in assists, they led it separate.
Okay.
I'm the ball dominant guy. I determine who gets the ball. Okay. James Harden is the same way.
All right. So what do they share now? They share some shame because they both have gone through epic fails at the highest level in the brightest, harshest spotlights. Russ failed miserably in Oklahoma City, and James has failed even more miserably in Houston. So they pushed to reunite. They pushed hard on both ends. Both were pushing their management, get us together, get us back together.
Right.
And I believe that together in Houston under Mike D'Antoni, listen, I don't have a lot of respect for him as an in-game strategist or motivator because I can't even listen to his little chalk talks he gives during timeouts because it's just silly talk, and I don't think they listen to him. But when he does film study, when he teaches in practice what we can be as an offensive juggernaut, I believe he has offensive genius that if they will listen, he can figure out how with one basketball to make both of them very successful.
How they gonna get stops?
Okay, it's not. Listen, Russ plays some defense, and James is always among the league leaders in deflection. So he's playing roaming hands-on ball defense. So again, are they going to be a great defensive team? They are not. Are they going to be the Clippers? They're not going to be the Clippers. No. But you do have this going for you. You have a left-handed James Harden, and you have a ball-dominant right-handed Russell Westbrook. So you can attack from left and right.
Right.
And if you are willing, because you've been shamed before in postseasons where you have just flamed out in postseasons, if you're willing at this stage of your career to accept we have to sacrifice for each other to have even a chance to win in the postseason, okay, I think great things could happen to this team in a Western Conference that is wide open.
It ain't wide open.
How do you think?
You know it ain't wide open.
We got an aging LeBron.
We know it ain't wide open.
Huh?
Nah, it ain't wide open.
Yeah, it's wide open.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, he's never been in the spotlight.
It's about as wide open as the 405 at 3 p.m. Really? How wide open is that?
So
it's jam-packed.
Are you saying the Clippers are just going to run away with it?
No, you know what I'm talking about. Don't do
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
don't.
Guess what? We're going to get them in the Western Conference Finals. You know, that's going to be us and them.
We never have the Clippers, Lakers? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule Houston out of that.
I'm ruling them out. I'm ruling them out.
Really?
I hope we get it. That'd be 4-0 sweep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're saying if the Lakers face the Rockets in the postseason, they will sweep them. Could we get a couple of cases on that right here?
No, I want your team. I want your team because I wanted to be the Lakers and the Clippers because you got to root for somebody. You got to go for old Kawhi or you got to go for old King.
Maybe I can just be a dispassionate observer.
No.
Maybe I can be objective about it.
We don't do Switzerland up here. Yeah, they don't neutral bullshit up here. Okay. You picking one or the other.
Well, maybe I'll root for number 2 for one.
Whoa!
Could you?
Whoa! Skip, after what he did to your Spurs, you said
I'll still call him number 2, but
hold on. You said after what he did to your Spurs.
Yeah.
After you said he
I'll
quit.
never forgive him.
But you gonna turn around and root for it?
Well, against he's lesser of evils. Right?
Oh, so he's the lesser of the evil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'd root for him just because they'd be the better team. I don't know.
You don't believe that. AD on a mission.
AD on a mission has never experienced any kind of pressure like this in his life.
Has Paul George ever experienced any kind of pressure like this in his life? That's why he stayed in OKC, because he didn't want that pressure playing with GOAT James.
Yeah, but what's he got on his side? He's got Pat Bev, as you call him. He's got Lou Will, as you call him. Sure. He's got Montrez, as you call him.
And which one of those guys, or the guys that you just mentioned, played in the NBA Finals before? Because we got JaVale that's been in the NBA
Which one of those guys contributed to beating the Golden State Warriors twice at Oracle last year in the first round of the playoffs? Look, which one? All of them contributed to that.
That was interesting.
So now all of a sudden, so I love Pat Beverly, but now he's a top 5 point guard. Huh?
Well, he's a top 5 defending point guard.
Yeah, no question.
He might be top 1.
Yeah, he might be.
Okay.
Might be the best on ball defender.
So who's the best defensive team in basketball right here, right now? It's the Clippers by far.
It is.
Okay.
But I just want to know who y'all gonna put on AD. That's all I need to know.
Oh.
Who y'all gonna put
Big
on AD?
Zoo. You love Big Zoo.
I do love
still love him?
Zoo. Yeah, I love Big Zoo.
Okay.
But he don't want nail there, Anthony.
He doesn't want you?
Dude.
I don't know about that.
And then we got Big JaVale. JaVale rim running.
Yeah.
Oh, JaVale only gonna get better. He got a little sample. If he just run and protect the rim, what LeBron will do for him. Take that with you, JaVale.
Well, how many games is LeBron going to actually play?
Don't worry about it. What did I tell you? I said he'll miss somewhere between 10 and 15 games. Skip.
So all of a sudden the Lakers become an X factor because I don't know if they'll gel together because it's going to be all new. New coach. Well, how long will he last? I don't know. Will Golden State come back together around Klay Thompson? Will he be right in March or April?
No,
he might.
No, it ain't.
If he's
Skip,
right,
look,
you better look out.
The Warriors, as we know them, as we love them for the last 3 to 5 years, that's over. That Golden State, this is going to be a different dynamic for them.
And that brings me back to the Houston Rockets. Who did they lose to acquire Russell Westbrook? Help me out. They lost nobody.
Did you see?
They lost nobody.
Did you see what? Hold on. Did you see what Draymond did to Clint Capella at 6?